Hello, happy hump day, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Debbie with Studio MDAZ, and today we're going to be painting a gorgeous ladies walking cane. I have painted lots of canes in the past. Hello, let me see who I can see is on today. Thank you. Yes, I do take stars. Thank you so much. If you choose to do it, great. It is super helpful for crafters. It just kind of pays for all this stuff that we don't get reimbursed for. So, but honestly, no pressure whatsoever. If you enjoy doing it, do it. And I appreciate it so much. Sue Faina is here. Thank you so much, Sue. When you see Studio MDAZ today, it could be my mom, it could be Sue Faina, it could be Cindy Cover, it could be Oprah. You have no idea who it is today. So lots of people helping me today. Thank you so much. Hi, Susan. Hi, Diane Cardello. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Shelly. Who else is here, you guys? Awana's here. Thank you so much for the stars. Thank you. Kim Wold's here. Happy hump day to you, my friend. Hi, Mo. I hope you guys are excited. Hi, Janine. Look at those Kansas City girls. You can't stop them. They're there on time. They're there when you need them. They're just there all the time. Hi, Judy. Hi, Sandy Lance. Linda Schluter's watching, secretly apparently. Hi, Sharon Halverson, my sweet friend. Connie Keller's here, you guys. Hi, Greta. Okay, we are in studio today, you guys, so you know I try and keep the howdy doodies to a minimum. Hi, Sharon Butler. But I do want to acknowledge as many of you as I possibly can. I'm here today alone, so I don't have anybody helping with comments today. So just know, if I don't see your comment, I always do go back and look at everything. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Maria. Let's see, Karen Harper, Debbie Stewart. Hi, Billy Joe. Already? Oh my gosh. Oh well, they'll take care of it. I got people now. They'll help me take care of it. So we'll see. Nancy Lewis, everybody's here in their place and nothing makes me happier. Hi, Cindy Seward. I was very jealous of your trip to Aurora. Hi, Lori. Hi, everybody. Okay. We are family for sure. And now we've got boots for check-in. I love that. The boots are made for check-in. That's what we're going to do. Cindy Kofer's here, you guys. Thank you so much, Cindy, for being here. Kathy Hess is here. Kim Whitmore. Okay, let's get started. I want a lot to get to today, and I want to show you a whole bunch of fun options for walking canes. Now, first of all, let me just say, hi, Andy. Kathy Boyd is here. You're watching and you're painting. Good. I love that. Okay, so there's so many options for walking canes, and so I buy mine at Goodwill whenever I can find them. Goodwill, hi Tana, hi Susan, hi Lorraine, whenever I can find them. Goodwill, thrift stores. You know who carries them? Hi Mickey. The stores like on the freeway, I don't know what they're called, like the gas station with the food mart. A lot of times those big ones like the Loves and some of the other ones will have a whole bunch of canes like this in a container, and they're usually $19.99, sometimes $14.99, and sometimes $9.99. I got both of these, and these are always the handles I look for. These are the nice ones. This feels like more of a man's walking cane. Look at the bottom, the little base is bigger. The top is much more substantial. So that would be more for a man, but this one I got just the other day at a thrift store for $3.99. It was in beautiful condition, and it is a woman's fancy walking cane. So the reason why we're doing these, now I've told you guys for a long time we're going to do canes. Hi, Joyce. And the older I get, the more I think I'm probably going to need one of these days, and was very sad. Your dad and your brothers use carved walking sticks. Yeah, those are fabulous for men. I mean, this is not, what we're doing today is not for a man. Just let's get that straight. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, I want you to jazz up your cane. My ex-mother-in-law had horrible rheumatoid arthritis, could barely walk, and then towards the end, she couldn't at all. And I always gave her the most beautiful canes because she was a lovely, elegant woman. And she hated carrying a cane. But I said, if you're going to carry a cane, we're going to make you one for all your different outfits. I had one that I marbled for her. Then it was a green marbling. It was beautiful. And then I did another one all in leopard and a bunch of bling. And then I started doing black and white checks, and she loved those too. So today we are going to do blue and white toile with blue and white checks, and a lot of you all have asked me for blue and white checks, so that's what we're doing today, the royal check. We're doing blue and white checks, we're doing blue and white toile, and we're going to do a gorgeous butter yellow and white stripe with the blue toile. You guys, it's gonna be absolutely gorgeous. Stars Party, thank you so much, you guys. Wanda, you're the sweetest. Hi, Melissa. You wish you had your Graham's cane. I wish you did too. I am telling you, it will, thank you, Lorraine, it will make you go out and look for a cane, because even though, let me just say, even though I don't need a cane yet, when I'm ready, I want a stinking cute cane. My mom was here yesterday, so this is my whole point. My mom was here yesterday to help me, and I hear coming down the driveway, clink, 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 and I was like, what in the world is that noise? It's my mom in her ugly, cheap metal cane because her ankle hurt. She used to be a skydiver. Well, she skydived. I say, and Paul Anka, she went out with Paul Anka and she skydived. She's a crazy one, you guys, and she's 82. She's almost 83 in a couple of weeks. So now she's got this cane, because sometimes with the weather, as you know, it jacks up anytime you've had some kind of a surgery, and you feel every bit of it. Hi, Kay Wilder. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for the stars, you guys. So anyway, I was like, Mom, no, you cannot be having an ugly cane. I'm going to make you a cane. So I'm painting Mom a cane, because if she's going to have one, I want her to have a really nice one. So this is the color this cane was, and I'm going to show you a couple of things I've learned from making them for my mother-in-law in the past. I haven't made one in years, and I've been really excited to do this. So you love blue and yellow. Okay, it's going to be gorgeous, I promise. And my mother-in-law was stopped all the time for her canes. And also, if you have an Etsy shop, or if you sell, or you have a booth or whatever. Did we actually make my stars party, you guys? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's only the third one I've ever had. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, that's so, so sweet. Thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Anyway, that was fun. This was all this color. I painted it with chalk paint, and I always like to paint ahead of time. You guys don't need to sit and watch me do painting. Hi, Tracy Campbell, my friend Tracy Campbell, who is in charge of the Craft Round the Clock, Craft 30, I mean the TV. She's a big deal, you guys. Suck up to Tracy Campbell. She's a big deal, and she has given so many crafters a most unbelievable start on Craft Round the Clock. So if you're not a follower of Craft Round the Clock, make sure you join that. You can go over there and watch crafters 24/7. It's insane. It's just fun. So I used Americana Decor chalky finish, just chalk paint. And I don't know why I grabbed this, you guys. I just grab anything. I'm not, particular, except if I can find deco art, I will always use deco art, but this just happened to be in my stash today. And the color is lace. It's a perfect color for something like this. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why in the world didn't you paint the top of it? Here's why. So, my mother-in-law, if she ever had a complaint, and this was the only complaint she ever had about the canes I painted, is that her hand, the oils on your hand would eventually rub off the paint up here, and it would start to look terrible. So I stopped doing the tops. And here's what I'm going to do, though. This has got a few issues. I'm going to sand it down. I'm going to make it really nice. I'm probably going to restain it and reseal it. And I might paint it. I don't know. But I want to be forthcoming with you all. I haven't found anything yet. Hold on. Is that my friend Shayna? Shayna's here from Frame It and Contain It. Thank you for being here, Shayna. Just love her so much. Anyway, if I come up with a great plan for the hand, I will. But for now, I'd much rather have you not do the hand if it's in decent shape than have you sell it to a client, give it as a gift, and have them say, oh, yeah, thanks a lot. The whole thing looks like crap now. Or I've got paint in my hand all the time that's peeling off. I don't want that to happen. So for now, we're going to leave the top. And it looks totally fine because we are going to use some bedazzle. We're using the Robert Stanley. This is the Robert Stanley rhinestone ribbon with gold that I use all the time. It's at Hobby Lobby in the wedding aisle section. So people are always looking for it. It's in the wedding aisle section. That's where you're going to find it. Hi, Deanna. We are also going to use one of my most favorite things in the whole world, Formflex. You guys, Formflex is like it's not a clay, it's an organic compound, but it would remind you of clay. And I got this mold on Amazon. I mean, everybody's got these mold. It's just called a border silicone mold. That's it, border silicone mold. And then you put the Formflex right in here. You put a little cornstarch in the bottom, put the Formflex right in it, form it out, put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes, and here's what you end up with. And it's flexible, so you can do anything you want with it. You can paint it, and then you will use, look at, these are all the different fun. Is that incredible? I love it, love it, love it. So that's what I'm using today. You've got all these different types. Look at this beautiful one. Just gorgeous designs. And then this is what they look like when they're painted. So we're going to use some Formflex today. I think I'm going to use this one. I love this the little dingly ball deals on here. And we're going to paint it and we're going to frame out. So I just want you to always have an idea of what we're doing. And then you can decide if you want to stay and hang out or not. Hold on, I've got to get a drink of water. I'm about to die right now. You love the tutorial from Formflex? Good. You guys know that was Tammy Yaw, the owner of Formflex, came to Kansas City with us a few weeks ago. And just, she is beyond amazing. So if you haven't looked it up, formflexcompound.com. It is the bomb diggity. I'm not even kidding. And yes, I said bomb diggity, and you can send me hate mail all day long, but it is the bomb diggity. So, okay, so we're gonna do decoupage, painting, we're gonna seal it, and I think you guys are gonna get really excited, and these do not take that long. So, let's start with our base, where we want to like have our whole design form around. So, I know that I want in the center some of the blue and white toile. So what I'm going to use, a napkin. Who doesn't love Tammy Yaw? Everybody loves Tammy Yaw. We're going to use just a napkin, believe it or not. You can use any kind of napkin. This napkin I got on Amazon. You guys, I don't have a link for it because all you have to do is Google blue white toile, T-O-I-L-E napkin, and you'll get hundreds of them. So I don't know what your style is. So just Google blue white toile napkin, and you can do it on the internet, or you can do it right on Amazon. Where do you get Formflex? Formflexcompound.com. Formflexcompound.com. And if anybody's on here wants to drop that link, please feel free. We love to support Tammy in any way we can. So I have already taken this napkin apart. So I'm going to just show you, and this would be a gorgeous napkin to use too. This is a Mackenzie Childs napkin that you would get on mackenziechilds.com. You can only buy Formflex online, yes. Message Tammy, yes, you can message her, but formflexcompound.com, and she'll have links how to buy it. So when you're decoupaging with napkins, I'm sure most of you know, but just in case, you guys, the crafty edges here, Beth St. Peter's Edgeman, you're going to want to take either Mod Podge and put it on your fingers and make your fingers sticky, or I just use a piece of painter's tape. It's just as easy. You've got to get all the plies off your napkins. So you're just going to get your tape on there and then pull your plies back. And there's almost always 3 plies on napkins, so get your first one. If you can still see any white, there's another one. So don't stop until you are absolutely positive that there are no more plies left. And I can see there's one more on here. Sometimes it's easier to get it from the corner. Let's just see. If I had two, let me do another piece on this side. It's usually easier when you can just pull it from both sides. And it would really help if I didn't have a Band-Aid on and had nails. There we go. Okay, so you just pull it back, and there's your last ply. So you got to get all your plies off, you guys. And it's just that simple. This would be beautiful. You could do your entire, you don't even have to paint if you don't want. You could do your entire cane. Look at this. You could do your entire cane in a floral napkin and it would be gorgeous. But when I'm decoupaging, I prefer to do small sections. I think you have a lot better luck with a small section. So I have an apron on today also, you guys, just so that I don't get this all over me. We're going to dinner tonight with some friends, and so I needed to get ready, but I didn't want to get ready too early. So, okay, let's make a decision on how big we want our center, like the focal point of our design. And I'm gonna say, let me get a ruler. I'm gonna say, I was thinking about 6 inches. Yes, 6 inches would be perfect. So let's take our ruler and we're going to measure out 6 inches on our napkin. And I'm just gonna take it from the end, measure out 6 inches right there. Let's just get a little pencil. You guys, this is so simple and I think you're gonna love it. Hi, Kim. Hi, everybody. You guys, I'll try and get as many comments as I can, but honestly, please know, I see you, I acknowledge you, but I have a job to do too. So when I'm in studio, I usually am trying to just do my job and get a really cool craft done for you guys. And, you know, at the end, if anybody wants to stay and chat, we totally can. You're in England. Hold on. Who's in England? Oh, Jane Peel. Hi, friend. You use caulk. It is brilliant in silicone mold. I have never thought to do that in a million years, Jane. And I promise you, I'm going to try that. What a fantastic idea. Leave it to the Brits. Leave it to you Brits to come up with a great idea. Okay, so I've got 6 inches on there. I'm gonna cut this across. See if I can see my lines, yes. I just think, the less I have to deal with, you guys, the better off I always am. You know, if I don't have a lot of excess somewhere. Let's see. Let me keep it at 5, 6. All of a sudden, the 6 seemed like an awful big amount. I'm going to take it down to 5. You do you. But all of a sudden, that just seemed, when I was looking at it, awful big. And obviously, we're going to use very little of this because it's such a small round. You use caulk. I still can't get over that. I would have never thought to do that. I'm glad you caught me live too. Like I said, just keep in mind, you guys, I've got a job to do today and I'm gonna try and get it done. But look at how little we're going to use. And we're just going to wrap it around till we get to the back. So we'll cut it so that we cut it even. I don't want it to overlap. We could even do a couple sections of the toile. I think we might. So I'm going to use, oh, that's water-based. I'm kind of wanting to use a heavier Mod Podge, which is a fabric Mod Podge. I think that's what I want to use on this. I think I'm going to have better luck with it staying down really tight. And a fabric Mod Podge can get wet. And, you know, if this were to be out in the rain or whatever, I wasn't really planning on that. But at the last second, I feel like that's the right thing to do. My gut's telling me that. Hi, Tori. Oh, I love that name, Tori. Okay, so this is fabric Mod Podge. It's the best. It doesn't matter what you use, but I use it for a lot. I just love it. And let's see. Real quick, I was gonna do this beforehand and I forgot. I wanna do a measurement real quick, you guys, so that we kind of have an idea of where my middle point is. Okay, it's 29 inches from the bottom of here to the top of that little doohickey. So let's just say 29 minus 5 is 24. So I want to be at the center. I want it to, I know, just bear with me. I talked myself through this and I've got 5 inches, so I need 2.5 on each side. And so I'm going to start at 9.5 down. Are you impressed? I know you have no idea what I just said right then, but that is what I need to do. I need to start at 9.5 inches down to make sure I'm right in the center. And, okay, which one is which? It's this one. And I just need a tiny bit. And of course, I want my seam in the back. Let me move everything so you can see. So you see I've got my little pencil mark right there. Want my seam in the back. I just hit it with my other thing. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yes. And because it's round, we're gonna have to be careful as we pull this over. We'll have to cut a little bit right there. Okay, here we go. Let's use the fabric Mod Podge. And I'm just going to lay, you don't need thick or anything like that, guys. You just get a line down. And if you go past your 5 inches, doesn't make a bit of difference. So I'm very carefully trying to give it a nice, thick, but even coat. And let's get that on here. And then I'm going to cut that extra. Very gently, I'm going to pull it up. And you saw, I only did one little strip of the Mod Podge because I don't want wrinkles, you guys. So I'm going to do just a teeny bit. Looking for the edge. I know. 19 and a half, not 9. No, my total thing was, okay, let's talk it through. My total from here to the bottom was 29 inches. I wanted to go in the middle of that, which was roughly 29, like 14 and a half inches would have been my middle, right? But I've only got 5 inches to deal with, so I ended up at around 9 and a half. Well, it probably should have been 8 and a half, but oh, who cares, you guys? Just eyeball it, for crying out loud. It's not like we're trying to win a contest here, but I knew what I was saying. I understood what I was saying. I understood the assignment, and it's actually right in the dead center of my cane. So however I came up with my math, it worked. So that's really all that ever matters to me. Okay, and so now I want to cut it right where I don't want any seam, because we're using a tiny thin napkin. Any seam is going to show, and I don't want a seam showing. So, or you know what? Maybe we do it twice for extra protection. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it twice for extra protection, because I can already see wrapping it once was going to be really, really thin. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it twice. And you guys, we're going to edge both sides of it, so we're not going to worry about, I'm going to get this one cut off, and then we're going to do one more. We're going to edge the top and the bottom, so it's not going to make a difference if our lines aren't exactly perfect, but I think they will be. And now I want to go around and get a little bit of Mod Podge all the way around. Look at that. No wrinkles, just lay it down nicely with your hand. Look at that. I swear to you, I don't know why I'm lucky with this stuff, but I really do believe it's just because I do a tiny bit at a time. I don't try and do the whole thing. So that worked beautifully. Let's do another piece. Just because I don't really want, and I want the seam to be right here on the inside. Yeah, I'm telling you, a double layer on this napkin, maybe not every napkin, but on this napkin in particular is what had to be. And because it's toile, it's not going to make a bit of difference. And it's just making a nice look for it. So let's get a little bit all the way around. Lay this down. And of course, we're gonna seal over everything a number of times also, you guys. So I promise this will, just make sure your seam is right there in the center. Try and smooth out your wrinkles as you go. Perfect. Get rid of this. So I would say this right here is probably your only technical issue, is getting this laid down nice. And then once you get that done, you're good to go. And look at that, it blends in. You can't tell that there was anything going on there. Very happy with that. Okay, so now I'm going to decoupage over, or Mod Podge over all of it. Let that dry. And oh my gosh, I think this is gonna be so pretty. Okay, so we've got our first part down. And then what we're going to do is do a little bit of the form flex around that. But I think we'll do all of that at the end, and then that way I can seal it first, and then we'll do all of this, we'll paint it, then we'll seal it, and then we'll get our form flex on. That way when we're sealing, we're not going to have a possibility of drips or anything like that. My question is, do you guys want 2 more areas of the napkin? For instance, it would have another smaller area down here, a small area here, and then we would like on the top, maybe we do the yellow and white stripe, toile, blue and white check, and the same thing down here? Or would you guys rather see no more toile and then maybe a bigger section of the yellow and the white stripe, and then all the rest blue and white check, or a couple of different versions of that? You would have covered, let's see, you would have covered the whole napkin under the second napkin, then covered the top napkin. Okay, well, you do you. This is what I always say. Everybody can do whatever they want, but I'm telling you, if you see it in person, it worked perfect. So, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and everybody always has great ideas. And so I'm always a big encourager of you doing it however it works best for you. Let's see, what else? More toile, more toile. Either way sounds awesome. I'm seeing a lot of napkins. All right, let's just do a smaller napkin then. More toile, okay. Let's just do a smaller one. Let me see what I've got here. I think this one would work perfect. Yeah, when you're working with like little napkins and stuff, you guys, you know that it's, just make sure that you're getting on the inside. The more toile idea, okay. So I'm going to eyeball this side, and then we will measure on the other side, okay? So I'm gonna eyeball this one, and then when I go do the top part, I will measure how far down this one is. Okay, so let's just do it again. Make sure I start my seam on the inside. I am. Let's just go down about this far. This is why I love doing these, you guys. You can't mess them up, and they just couldn't be more fun to do. Okay, get the Mod Podge all over them. Hopefully you can see, yes. And then push out all the stuff. Okay, love it. And let's measure, because you saw how great I am at measuring. Let's see, we are exactly 5 3/4 inches. So let's go up 5 3/4. Right there will be the top. Is that right? Yeah, so we'll have a little bit longer on the bottom than the top, but I'm okay with it. I'm telling you, this is going to be so pretty when it's done. And I also want to show you how to redo these little bottom, the little rubber walking deals on the very bottom. And you know, you can buy those in a pack of 4. So if you find a cane that doesn't have those, that little bottom, they're called the rubber tip, that rubber cane tip. If you find a cane that doesn't have that, don't panic. They are very inexpensive at all of the stores. And Walmart or pharmacies always carry them, a little box of them. And I'm finding now that I'm doing this, even the seam doesn't matter because the seam isn't showing up on anything. So, I mean, I don't even think that's a big deal. Nothing is showing up on it. It's just so, and that's the reason I painted the cane, the cream color first, the white, because I didn't want anything showing. This is gonna be super duper whimsical. Okay, so now we have the toile on already. And let me hit that part right there where it got a little bit of the, just when I was messing around with it. Oh, hi everybody. I think this will be darling, and I've had so many people ask me about them, and it's just been so long since we've done them. I kind of thought everybody forgot about them. And then when I saw my mom yesterday, I was like, oh, no, 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 my mom has to have a cute one. You have yours base coated with chalk paint. It's drying. Kim, are you playing along as we are? That's fun. Oops, I already love it. And like I said, this just hadn't had time to cure. I just painted it before I came live. And once I seal it, get all the other paint on it and seal it, we won't have any issues. I've never had any issues with the cane part chipping. Hi, Lily. What am I doing today? We're painting a lady's walking cane. We're going to bedazzle it. We're going to make it beautiful. Would marine grade clear coat work? Probably, because let me tell you what we're going to use. I'm going to seal this whole thing with a triple thick, like a triple thick high gloss sealer, and then I'm going to take this whole thing outside probably in about an hour or two after I'm done painting, and I'm going to seal the whole thing with an engine enamel spray clear, and I have it right back here in my cupboard, so I'll get that out. So it is up to 450 degrees. It's good for, and it's good for all weather. You can leave it outside all the time, so it will be perfect for this, promise. Okay, you want to be really careful not to touch your toile parts because those are still wet. Let me just grab those. Sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this. Okay, let's do trying to think what I want. I'm thinking I want the yellow stripe. Your grandmother used to poke you with her cane. I think I want the yellow and white horizontal, let's see, would it be horizontal? Yeah, horizontal stripes here. And then I think I want to do blue and white check on the top and bottom so that the yellow is the first thing showing. We could also do yellow, just a beautiful yellow with white polka dots. Would you guys rather see that? Let me know. Would you rather see the yellow with the white polka dots, or would you rather see white like a stripe? Or we could do one stripe, one polka dot. That's why I love this stuff. You can do whatever you want with it. You have my favorite on, oh, the polka dots. Well, see, we could do polka dots. This is the yellow. This is just our antique gold. It's such a beautiful color, but I'm adding a little bit of the chalk paint, the lace to it. And wait till you see. I'm going to just grab a tiny bit because I want it more of that color than I want that dark, that deep color. So let me know, what am I going to call this cane? What a great question. I don't know, but we're also going to paint our little rubber tip in the navy blue too, because I don't want it black up there. Okay, Julie wants stripes. Somebody else wants polka dots. All the above, Charlene. You're my kind of gal, my friend. Polka dots. Okay, so then here's what we're going to do. We're going to do blue and white check on the bottom. We're going to do yellow and white polka dots here, yellow and white stripes here, and then blue and white check up here in this small area. And I think it's going to be perfect. So let's get this area base coated in this gorgeous yellow first, keeping in mind I'm going to put trim in here yet. So already, look how beautiful this is going to be. This will definitely be one of a kind. So somebody asked me a couple days ago, if you're painting canes, you just call it beautiful. If you're painting canes, how much could you sell them for? So here's what I did this morning. I went all over the internet, Etsy, eBay, some of the other crafting sites to see what are these hand-painted canes going for. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't even see any that I fell in love with. There's nothing like this, I'm telling you. There's nothing like this. There was not one black and white check cane. And that's what I'm gonna do to this one. I'm gonna do black and white check with the yellow and red, which is the Franken mustard stripes, like I did on the picture that I posted. So I would say if it's something that you're not seeing other people do, minimum I would sell a cane for would be $58, minimum. So you figure I spent $3.99 on this one, minimum $58 for hand painted if they're really nice. But most of them I have seen will run up to about $128, $158. So these are good little money makers, you guys. If you practice and you do a nice job and you add some bling, these could be really good little money makers for you. Okay, so this one we're going to do stripes, right? Yes, it will be completely. What yellow paint am I using? Our old standby, Deco Art Americana Antique Gold. I use it for everything, you guys, because look at, I just toned it down. If I wanted, real quick, now I love, it was that buttery color that I wanted, but if I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, more like butter, like the color of butter, watch this. So I'm all about mixing colors rather than buying a million colors, even though I have a million colors. I prefer to mix. Grab a little bit of that lighter yellow, and that is, I think, Sunlight. It's Yellow Lemon is what I grabbed. Grab a little bit of your antique gold. Grab the two together. Let's see what you've got. Now see how that, look at the difference in this color now and that color by adding that. Let's keep adding a little bit more. And look what's happening. It just keeps changing. And now I've got a bunch of white on here. Let me grab some white. And this is where we're going to tone this whole color all the way down to whatever you want by adding more light yellow, more of the white. And it's going to just become a beautiful butter color. Isn't that pretty? So just know, now you can see the difference. This one is more, ours is more of like an antiqued yellow, antique gold, and then this one's more of a butter color. But I like the color we've got. It won't show dirt as much if this gets dirty. I mean, it wouldn't look as bad. So let me throw that in. Let me grab one of our Zen brushes. And I'm going to, I know this is going to make a lot of you panic, but I'm just going to eyeball it because I can. So I'm going to do it, you guys, so don't worry about it. You can do this with tape. If you have a really thin tape, you could do a 1-inch tape and paint the whole thing, either the cream or the yellow. Do a 1-inch tape, tape all the way around, and then pull off every other piece of tape, and then just paint that in your opposite color. But I'm just gonna go ahead and eyeball this. All right, so I want one right about here. And I'm gonna do everything just on my top part first. So we're gonna start here. And I'm actually just using a number 8 shader brush. That's all I'm using to start with. I'm not going all the way around because I know that it's not going to work perfectly if I just keep moving that way. You've got to do a little bit at a time. So let's move up to the next level. I'm going to do one more. And again, this is all eyeballing. You guys, you can do this. But if you have that personality that has to have everything perfect, then no worries. Use tape or, use your ruler and mark everything out. But these canes are for whimsy, not for perfection. But there's nothing wrong with perfection too, if that's who you are. That's okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so much you could do on these. I feel like there's a million things you could do. Napkins, you could have a darling, I'm all about pinup girls. You can do a darling pinup right in the center with some funny words if she was like a smaller, a thin pinup. Yeah, this came from Goodwill. Well, this particular cane came from like a St. Vincent de Paul. But let me tell you where they keep these. Usually in the thrift stores, in Goodwill, they're always in the, like the sports area is where I always find them, because they keep them with crutches and like tennis rackets, anything that needs to be standing up in a container. That's where I always find them. So that's where you'll want to look. They're not usually like where you think they might be. So sometimes you got to really look around. And I have found them just laying in the electronics area. You just never know. But they're not easy to find. I don't want to mislead you. They are not easy to find, especially these ones with the good handles. The round handles are fairly simple to find. I don't love them as much, but they work great too. Thank you for all the stars, you guys. How so sweet of you. Thank you, thank you. But I think what you're going to be shocked about more than anything today is how quick these will go. How quick they are to paint, number one. Okay, so see, that's what you want to do. Then when you come here, now all I have to do is match up. If I'd gone all the way around, you guys, I would have really messed that up. So I hope my mom is watching and loving this, because this is probably going to be her new cane. Although she wears a lot of black, so she might get the Mackenzie one, and then we'll put this one in our auction maybe. But I am loving this one. And I have seen people add to, like if they've inherited a cane, I've seen people, you can add to it. You could just put a little piece of, if you know somebody who's good at that stuff, you could add a little bit of wood to it to make it taller, but they're super easy to cut down too. Okay, so look how fun is that. We're gonna do the polka dots last because you know they take a second to dry. Hi, Karen Richards. Loving that. Okay, let's do our black and white, or our blue and white checks. And I know a lot of you have been wanting to do the blue and white. And if you watched my tutorials a year ago, I had a number of different blues that I used. Give her both, Bonnie. I don't know, we'll see. Hi, Mary. I used a bunch of different blues. And like I've said, we all evolve over time. You find easier ways, better ways to do things. Well, I found a better way to do a blue and white check. And it is just Decoupage Americana navy blue. Add white to it. That's it. I have had the best luck with that. So that's what I'm going to recommend to you. And is just use a regular navy blue. So let me get a pencil. When you're going around like this, again, it's going to be a lot of eyeballing. So you've got to be comfortable with that. But it doesn't have to be. There are rulers. Well, this one Kim Whitmore made for me. Nope, this is not the one Kim Whitmore made for me. Somebody found a bunch of these rulers. We should have a link for these somewhere. Flexible rulers. But if you don't have one of those, you guys, you don't need one of those, because look what you probably have in your drawer or at the Dollar Tree. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start right in the eyeball middle of this. Got that? With my flexible. And I'm just going to do a line on both sides of this tape. I'm going to move it down one. And you see I'm only doing the top again, because when you're working round this close quarters, it's too close to try and get it right all the way around. So we're just going to do it like this. Okay, so then that gave me great little space that way. And now I'm going to do the same thing coming this way. Sorry for my hands, but there's no other way to hold this. But just a regular, what do they call this, you guys? Just fabric tape or tape measure, right? Just a tape measure. It literally is the perfect idea for this. Okay, so now we've got that. So here's the next thing I want you to do. When you're working on this, something like this, or anything round, I want you to just do a little bit at a time. both sides. So I'm just doing a little bit, and you see, I'm just freehanding it. You can do this, I promise, you can do this. Go a little bit both ways at a time. And the reason for this, again, is there's no way you could do one swoop all the way around and have it straight. It's not gonna be straight. Do a teeny bit at a time and just keep pulling your, man, this thing is a long cane. I'm not used to having something like this on my desk. A little bit at a time. And then you're going to pull it around. And when you've got all of your lines, you're doing this at the same time, you're gonna be much better about keeping everything straight instead of starting to trail downhill otherwise. So, you see what I'm saying? Just doing a little bit at a time, keep bringing it around. Okay, now I'm gonna flip to the other side and start pulling those in. Again, you've got to do it this way so that you don't start trailing, and this is the only way not to trail. And this comes from years of trial and error where I have screwed so much stuff up, but wait till you see it now. And now I can see both sides, and now I can pull it together because now I can see it, and it works out almost every single time. Just keep pulling. See that? And this is just like a sketch mark. In other words, I'm not trying to make a perfect pencil mark. I'm just doing like a sketch on it. And there you go. So the next thing I want to do is grab, let's go back to my tape measure. So we've got that done. Let's go straight down the back of it. Excuse me. Straight down the back. And just straight down the back in the middle, and I'm going to do a line on both sides. Gosh, you almost need 2 hands, or 4 hands to hold everything, but you can do it. And fudge if you have to. So we've got this coming up here, and then I've got one here. Okay, then I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to just do the same thing on this side. And that's it. And you're going to see it's going to work out that we have a good space of chair. I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel like my head's down the whole time. But today, I have to be because I don't want to mess this up. And I hope today it's okay with you all. Just let's get this craft done today so everybody can learn what we're doing. And let's see, let's go down there, and then I'm just freehanding that down that side. And look, coincidentally, because I don't know, because God's shining down on me today, I have the same space checks all the way around. Let's just double check and make sure we have an even number. Of course we do, but I just want to double check. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay, super simple, you guys. Anybody could do this. Now let's just do me a favor, just do a mark in every other space very lightly because the blue doesn't cover as well as the black does. So I just want you to do a mark in every other space. And now let's do the same thing up here real quick. And then we'll paint. We'll do our polka dots. We'll seal, put our trim on. And in literally just about an hour, maybe a little bit more, we are going to have our whole thing done. It's crazy. Okay, luckily on this one, I only need 1. Again, a little at a time, back and forth. And then just pull it together. Okay, and then we'll do our line. These little tape measures really do work well. Oh, I'm glad you guys are liking this. Sometimes my fear, I've had nightmares that I look up and I'm in the middle of a craft and I'm totally into it like this, and I look up and nobody's there. Everybody's completely gone. This would be great on a something. Nancy Schmatter, did you see that you won something last night during our class? So I think you need to get a hold of me. If you missed the class, let me know. We had last night in our membership group, we did our monthly class, and we did resin. I'm going to show you guys what we made. Oh yeah, these are awesome. Last night in our class, we made little feather trays. Aren't those darling? And that is all just resin. And we also found a designer site for silicone molds, and we made little Hermé paperweights. I by accident chipped that off, but how fun was that? And that's all just resin, you guys. So in our membership group, we do a lot of different type of things. Okay, so let's do our blue and our white, and I'm going to grab my regular white, excuse me, which is a Benjamin Moore OC117 is what I usually base coat everything in. But today, because chalk paint just adheres so much better. She won a pencil. Pretty sure Nancy Schmatter won something else, but I can't remember what. My mom might remember. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so here's where I'm going to grab now a Zen Level 2 number 8 pencil. Zen Level 2 number 8, and I know my camera's backwards, you guys, but just trust me on this one. These are flat quart blender brushes. Blender flat quart brush, and they're the best. Let's just start down here because I've already marked these off and I haven't marked the top off yet. And I don't want to hold the toile. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dip, there's no drag. I don't do a drag ahead of time on the blue. I'm going to dip straight down into with a blender brush or with a Zen brush, I'm going to dip straight down into the blue. Flip it all the way over. I'm going to just barely tap into the white. I'm going to wipe it on my plate to see what I've got, and I love it. The blue is always a double load. This is called double loading your brush. Rhonda Rawson, you're late. Get in here, sister. So, and in this case, you can have your colors however you want them, wherever you want them. But as you can see, it always does a beautiful color. Okay, so here's what I want to show you. My toile, we've done this before. This toile has a little bit of a purple in it. So you know what we need to do? We need to grab a purple, because right now you can see that blue is not as purpley as the toile. So I've got to grab a little bit of a purple. So let's grab a little purple, and I'm going to use dioxazine purple. This is Deco Art Americana dioxazine purple. It's the only purple I ever carry, because you can color all these, you can tone all these down. And this purple is now what's going to give us the perfect color for this toile. Okay, let's see if I can get this up here on my shoulder so you guys can see. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's do this again. I'm going to dip into the blue, okay, the navy blue, and now I'm going to dip same side straight down into the purple, okay? Flip it all the way over, tap in my white, and now let's see what we've got. And I'm going to do it just underneath here. Look at the difference in those two colors. That purple is all it needed to bring this color, look at this, to bring this color where it needs to be. Isn't that crazy? I hope you enjoyed that little lesson. So always, when you're doing blues, it's never a cut and dried color. You have to see what exactly color your toile is, and then go from there. So Blue Danube, oh, that's a great name. All right, so in the blue, same side, dip in the purple, flip it all the way over, tap in your white, wipe it on your plate, and it's really, seriously, it's like the perfect color. And don't forget, we're gonna do trim. I love doing blue and white because it goes really fast. There's not a drag before, and so it just goes really well. If you sense that you're getting too much blue, just go back. Look at that. Just go back, go over it, grab a little bit more purple, and go right back over. And no harm, no foul. It works every time. Isn't that gonna be so pretty, you guys? I hope you love it. Okay, so I'm gonna do less blue, more purple. Tap in the white. Wipe on my plate and go from there. Yeah, I do think the blue, the royal check goes super fast. If you want more of a drag on it, then I would do a white drag. And you know when you check, your corners should touch. And then I'll double check it when I'm done to make sure that I didn't get off track anywhere. If I've got anything that's trailing down or anything, you guys, I can go back and adjust it. And the other thing I want when I'm doing the blue, I don't want any two checks to look exactly the same. You want them all to be just a little bit different because that is the look. I can't believe how close we got on that color. I'm really thrilled. Really, really thrilled. So let's go back again, grab more purple, tap in the white, wipe on your plate every time, and then just hop in. And because you've double loaded with a white, it's always going to give you that gorgeous hand-painted look, even though that's what it is. But it always gives you that look too. A bit more. Can you believe how fast this goes? Now, it would be fast with the black too, because these are small squares and there's not a lot of space here that we're dealing with. But boy, talk about instant gratification. Will I be putting a sealer on it, Cheryl? Yes, of course. I will be doing a major sealer on this because it's going to get banged around. It's going to be used most likely every day. And it might even get caught in the rain. So we're going to seal it with a high gloss sealer first. Give it a sheen. And for double protection, I'm also going to seal it with an engine, believe it or not, an engine enamel. And that is literally what they seal car engines with. Okay, now I can look at it and see where I didn't go straight. Because I was trying to look down, but I think for the most part, we're pretty close. Look at that. Okay, so let's do the top part real quick. And I'm not going to take the time. We're so close. I'm not going to take the time to put a mark in every other because we've just got so few of them. Thank you guys again so very much for the stars. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate that. It allows me to, literally allows me to keep doing this. And what's so great is if you get too heavy purple, too heavy blue, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can fix everything. And the only thing you'll want to check is that your top and your bottom all match. What color blue did I use? Oh, I'm so thrilled you guys are happy. The blue I'm using is just a regular Deco Art Americana navy blue. And we're not ambassadors for them, but we are, because we use their product almost exclusively and we use it and we love it, they do send us, Deco Art does send us free products, but we don't make any money on them or anything. I represent those people that I love and that loved us from the beginning. Okay, look. How beautiful is that going to be? And we're not even close to being done. So hold on. Let's get our let's get our polka dots on, and then I'm going to have to seal it. Okay, key to polka dots, you guys, as you know, is a fresh coat of paint. And you want, thank you for the hearts. I know, I love it. We're gonna go back and do a small drag in those too, but not yet. So, fresh coat of paint is what's critical for making great polka dots. Always, I use the end of a paintbrush. And so this is the white paint that I just put on my plate, and I'm going to dip straight down in. Tap it on my plate one time to get rid of the the nipple like little pull-up thing. And then you just go for it. And as you know, polka dots are done in odd numbers. So I make it look like if you're playing dominoes or dice, it will look like the number 5 every time you look at it. So you do 2, and then you go in between those 2 with your next one. This could handle even bigger polka dots, but we've already come this far, so. And I mean, it's almost like you just look at the space above you and go in between it. That's basically all I'm doing right now, is going in between the 2 polka dots above me. You all, if you love pink, a hot pink cane with, even hot pink with black and white check, and you don't have to do decoupage. We could have just solid painted. If you're good with flowers, you could do hand painted flowers. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you all to do some of these and then to join our Czech Savvy Sisters group, which is our free group. And that is where you all can go and post your items that you've done, your hand painted items. And all the other girls love to look at your stuff, and you'll get inspiration from everybody there. Look how, I mean, this is just sweet. It's very, very sweet. Let me dry all this, and then we'll put all of our embellishment on. Really pretty. Sorry, I gotta do this. Now we have wanting to fix up your dull canes, Bobby. Good. Yeah, fix up your canes, you guys. The one I did for my mother-in-law that was a, she carried it for her fancy stuff. Like when we went out to dinner, I did a green marble effect on the whole thing. And then I did 2 rows every once in a while of a beautiful pink with a tiny little, like a daisy in the pink. I mean, it was just beautiful. And she called it her fancy cane. She always carried it for when we went out to dinner. All right, let's do the bottom. Here's what we're gonna do with this. And once we seal everything, it really does hold well. So I'm gonna do the bottom in this navy blue, plus a little bit of the purple, and then the chalk paint, because the chalk paint is what's really going to adhere to this. And look at that. So it's gone from this ugly blue tip. Let's get a little bit more purple in there. And then on the bottom, we're going to do a gold rim on the bottom. So you do not have to have that black ugly rubber tip on there, you guys. You could have done the whole thing in our beautiful gold. But I'm just gonna do just that bottom tip in the gold. And once you seal all this, I mean, you might have a couple chips here and there, but for the most part, you shouldn't. Look at how much better that looks also. Okay, so let's get our drag on it. So on this blue, on these blue checks, I do want a little bit of a white drag on it just for interest. So I'm gonna dip in my white. And when I do blue, I know this is a shock, when I do black and white check, I do horizontal drags, when I do black and white checks, I do vertical drags. When I do blue, I do horizontal drags. Why, you ask? I have no idea. It's just what I do. And remember, if you have pencil marks on any project that you're doing before you seal it, make sure that you erase your pencil marks, because when you seal it, instead of it putting, like hiding it, it puts a neon sign on it. So make sure that you have erased all of your pencil marks. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm seeing mine and I want to get rid of them first. And these are great pencil erasers for that. So get rid of all that stuff. Let's see, actually I think I need a white one. There we go. That was a brand new eraser, so it wasn't coming off very well. Trying to be careful that we don't run into our polka dots. I think they're pretty well dry. But I can also tell you, I'm not getting any chipping at all on this, so you shouldn't. Hopefully you won't either. I mean, it's not dry yet, but it's not doing anything. Okay, let's get our, what do you guys think? Do you want, here's your next options. Where's all my bling? Here it is. Do you want this to be super fancy? Do you want bling around the edges? Or do you want, we would probably do this in, I'm wondering if we do it in either just straight gold or paint it blue first and then do a gold over top? Or would you rather see, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I love that. I'm wondering, hold on. Okay, I'm loving this. Do we do this just in the center and then maybe we do bling on the other two parts to separate all of our stuff and then we do heavy bling right here? What do you guys think about that? Lori Henry, I can't wait to see yours. I'm pretty sure you're gonna say about this because I'm loving this right here. Formflex, the Formflex dots, yes. Okay, so, and the bling, do you guys like the bling too? The blue with the gold, blue with a gold brush on it. Let's just see. Let's do a little bit of it first. Let's paint a little bit first, just to be safe before we get it on. It'll be too hard to do that on. You guys love the dots. Okay, perfect. So let's do a little bit, and we want the right color. So now this time I'm just gonna mix the purple and the blue together. And we're just going to do, let's see about how much I need, right to there. Okay, let me just cut this off. This is what, look at this, you guys. This is the Formflex. Order Formflex. It is the best stuff. Look at this. It's just now, it's just cut off. This is all I need. Let's go ahead and paint this. And if you guys don't love the blue behind the gold, then we'll do one that's just gold, and maybe you like just the gold better. But I'm kind of thinking the blue's cool, especially with a little bit of the gold over top. And you guys, you know, paint these down. Don't try and paint them on your cane, and do not paint the back because paint on paint does not stick. Is the cane metal? No, the cane's wood. Now you could do a metal cane, but in that case I would suggest that you start it with Slick Stick by Dixie Belle. Okay, Linda, I agree. So pretty, good, good, good. Yeah, if you're gonna paint on metal, then start with Dixie Belle's Slick Stick. It's a primer, and then go ahead and you'll be ready to paint after that. But just a regular chalk paint, it will work. It will work on the metal, but I would give it one hit of the Slick Stick just to be safe too. Ah, it's hot, 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 hot. Ooh, that's hot. Very hot. Okay, and I'm gonna use, normally you could use a rub and buff, an antique gold rub and buff, but it's going to be a little bit darker than our plaid liquid leaf. So I think this will be a prettier color on top of this. Your cane is metal, Sandy? Okay. You came in late. No, it's not metal. This is just wood. It looked just like this. See that? My mom's was metal. My mom walked in with a metal cane yesterday, but it was just one that they'd gotten somewhere And I wanted her to have a nicer one. That's why I'm doing this. All right, so I'm just gonna dip a little bit my finger into that. And I just wanna rub it on the top. I'm wondering, you guys, if I would rather have it all gold. It doesn't look as elegant as I thought it would to have that blue underneath. No, it looks tacky. It looks like we didn't know what the heck we were doing. And it's one thing to not know what you're doing. It's a whole other thing to look like you don't know what you're doing. No, I don't want to do that, you guys. I'm going to stir this up. I want the real thing. I want it to be really, really pretty. Yes, you could do your hiking stick. You sure can. Yeah, watch. This is going to be a game changer. So you saw that. It just doesn't look as elegant as I want it to. And now look at it. I mean, we've come this far with our cane. We need to not mess it up at this point. This looks so much better. Let's see. Don't you think? Do you guys like this better? I hope. But I would have thought the same thing. Now, when I do black underneath the gold, I usually love it. But I sure did not like the blue. All gold, yeah. For sure, all gold. Let me set this down so I can get the last few pieces. This is the hardest part, you guys, is just having, you know, when you're working from home, you can, and not doing this, you can have stuff all over the place. I could, you know, normally I probably would have just headed into the kitchen with this just to let it dry, but I don't have that freedom right now. Okay, and it's just tapping. And while I've got it, let's just do the whole thing and get it all painted, and then we're completely ready. Because I know I want to do it on at least 2 sides of that middle toile. But isn't that crazy, you guys? It's just this Formflex compound, and it comes out perfectly white, perfectly perfect, right out of the freezer. And then you can cut it, you can bend it, you can do anything you want with it. Now, I know other crafters use other products. I have them right here too. This is Would You Bend. Same thing, and you heat it up and it makes it bendable. For me, Formflex is my go-to every single time. Blue and gold was tacky, wasn't it? Okay, so let me put the lid on this because I don't trust myself. And actually, while we've got the paint and everything out, let's do our little rim, and then that way I can get it all painted at once, or dried at once. Can you see this? I mean, let's talk about fancy. I almost think this might need some of the gold polka dots on that little ridge thing. We have taken this thing up so many notches at this point. Make sure we got it all. It is hard to find a place to hold. I'm wondering, you guys tell me, do you want the whole thing gold or too much? Is that like, no, then you look like, you know, what is it, House of Gucci or House of something that the Netflix right now? Do we like just that, or do you want the whole thing gold? I'm gonna give it a second till you tell me, because, I've been known to overdo a thing or two. Okay, let me heat this up. And then you tell me. Gold polka dots, okay, because I feel like it needs gold something down there. The whole thing gold, Sonia says. Lauren, I'm assuming you're saying definitely all gold. Bling it out. I know. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I wasn't loving the, oh my gosh. Yes. This is what had to happen. Oh, I cannot wait for you guys to do yours. And like I said, even if you don't need a cane, what if you have a friend that's getting ready to go in for some kind of a hip surgery or foot surgery or something, and you, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And you show up with a new cane, a new beautiful cane for her. Come on, that's big. Uh-oh, Greta, too late. I already did the gold. Once we get the gold trim on it, if it's too much, I can always go back and paint it. It's just paint. But I kind of like it. Okay, let me get the top back on my gold. You guys know, well, yeah, I'll go back and do that top. Okay, so when you're doing the FormFlex, I use Tight Bond. If I need something to glue the FormFlex onto, I use Tight Bond. Tight Bond. I think it can handle it too. It does take it up a notch, but when I'm going to add this bling, which we will, I'm going to use Stick Fast. My friend Dina from Designs by Dina, and I know a ton of you follow her too. She recommended this one day, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a shot. I didn't think anything of it. It is the best glue. It's somewhere between a, what do you call, oh my gosh, like an immediate glue. What is that called, you guys? Super glue. Somewhere between a super glue and an E6000. So it's right there. And it happens immediately. The bonding happens instantly. So I love it for this. I've not tried it on FormFlex yet, and FormFlex recommends using the Tight Bond. So that's what I'm gonna do, unless somebody tells me different. I don't know why it wouldn't work though. Does my mom know I'm doing this? I think so. I think I told her yesterday. You know what? Because we're trying stuff. Oh, this is gonna be so fabulous. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Stick Fast. There's no reason it wouldn't work, and I do want my seam in the center. There's no reason why it wouldn't work. You know, you just do a little bit at a time. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit at a time. I'm gonna hold it down as I go. And I'm hoping that I don't have a million things in front of you so you can see what I'm doing. This is the game changer right here. Doing this trim. This is where I want the seam. Okay, and now I need to cut off just a teeny bit more. Grab my scissors, and so it lays nice. What I love about this FormFlex, look at that. You can cut it anywhere. Gold it up, paint it up. Nobody will ever be the wiser. Get a little bit more of the Stick Fast down. You guys, why I love that Stick Fast, it's almost like hot glue. It happens so fast. Formflexcompound.com, yes, online. How many fabulous glasses do I have? These are Dollar Tree, you guys. I love Dollar Tree readers because I lose my readers all the time. So, oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. This just keeps getting better and better. Let's do the other side. Again, I want to make sure my seam is always on the inside, same place. Start here, just like I did there. Yeah, I'm a humongous fan of the Stick Fast. If Dean is on here, I need to tell her how much I love it. Pam, thank you. What about sealing it? Yeah, I forgot. So it's okay. We'll seal it, and I'll just seal a little bit at a time. If you guys hadn't met me, I'm extremely impatient, and I get super excited about some of this stuff. So it's no big deal. I'll just seal it and just be careful. Originally, I was just going to seal the whole thing and then go back and embellish, and you know, I didn't. So I didn't. Let me get in there and get that gold. You guys. And when you seal it also, just so you know, when you seal it is when everything melds together, all the colors come together, and I'm loving, loving, loving the little trim on there. And now we will seal it. Well, no, then I gotta wait for the sealer to dry before I can bling it. We're just gonna go for it, you guys. This is what I do. Let's just go for it. Okay, the next thing we wanna do is get a little bling on here and here, and here and here. So again, I want the seam on the inside. Do you think 2 is enough? I think it is. I think 2's enough. Nothing like bling. Nothing like a little bit of bling, huh? Can you use the engine enamel on the gold? Yes, that won't hurt anything because I'm going to spray at a big distance, so that won't hurt anything. And I won't get any of the... I'm going to seal it with triple thick first, just so I have like triple protection, but I'm not going to get any of the triple thick on the gold for that reason, because sometimes it turns a funky color and I don't want that to happen. Oh my goodness, you guys. How could you not love this? How could you not love this? It is just pretty and different and unique, one of a kind. And I love stuff like that. You love it so much, Anne? Oh, I'm so glad. Just know, when any of you girls need a cane, you know, we got you covered. But this is something, I hope everybody tries to find themselves a little cane now. Now the stick fast does stick to your fingers like you don't want it to, like a super glue. So just be careful with it and try not to get it too much on you. But, oh my goodness, the stick fast, you can see it just sticks right away. Barb Miller, thank you so much. What a sweet thing. Okay, so far I'm loving the difference in the patterns, what we've got going on, and look at that. We've got bling to add here, but you see, you've got to have it. It goes a long way. It's $16.95 plus shipping. That is, I would assume, the Form Flex, because it is, it's the best stuff out there, you guys. It really is. Now this time I'm going to cut 2 at once rather than try and cut them both separate. Let's see. Okay, didn't think you did, but apparently you might. I missed something else. Did Kathy and I something? Anyway, you guys, some people say, oh, all she does is the same stuff all the time. Well, I might have the same style, you guys. I do. I have a very similar style to everything I do, but don't we all? Everybody has a certain style. But I can tell you that I don't ever have the same projects. We do so many different projects, but yes, there's always a very similar style to everything I do. Because I always say, if I wouldn't have it in my house, I'm certainly not going to have you make it. You like the rabbit behind me? Oh, I know. Isn't he adorable? He is super tall. Yes, the silver ring at the top I'm going to bling. The other thing I learned from my mother-in-law's canes was that I used to put a little bit of bling under, like right under there, and she said sometimes it would hurt her thumb. So I love that I had her as kind of my guinea pig, and she certainly loved that she was my guinea pig. She just passed away a couple years ago. And I don't know what happened to all of her canes because I'm not in the family anymore, but I would have loved to have had those back. I'm sure they all got sold or something, but I would have loved to have had those. Oh, thank you so much. That was, what a sweet thing to say. Will the enamel, no, the engine enamel won't do anything. It won't hurt anything. Okay, love, love, love. And now we've got all of our sections completely separate. And now we want to do, let me see if I need to do a gold, if I need to paint this little thing gold, or if I do. You know what? If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We've come this far. We're not going to mess it up now. Thank you, Karen Harper. I appreciate that. You have a great style too, Karen. Okay, so I'm doing this just for the color. I want the gold rather than the silver underneath this trim. I'm gonna hit it with my glue gun my heat gun real quick. And you guys, there was, I don't know how long this had been at the thrift store, but I think quite a while, believe it or not, because the sticker was almost starting to erode. And so I felt like it had been there for a while. And I tried everything I could to get that sticker off, including Glue Gone or Goo Gone or whatever that stuff is. And I couldn't get it off. And I put my heat gun right on it, and it literally started ripping off immediately. So I've done it before, but I was thrilled with as decrepit and decaying as that was. It came off in one nice piece. You got to get yourself a heat gun. They are so awesome. Okay, so and the other reason I love this Robert Stanley trim is you can trim it to whatever size you want. So we only needed 2 down here, but I want 1, 2, 3, at least 5. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 row deal. And I want at least 5 of these. That'll be plenty. Cut that off. And then cut this off. Get that lid back on the gold, because you guys know I've spilled it before. Cindy Ann, thank you so much. Yes, okay. I'm loving the Stick Fast. It was a little pricey if I am not mistaken. Sue Faina bought some, and I think she knows. But the Stick Fast, I believe, I want to say it was about $14, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's worth every penny of it. Because oh, my fingers just got some on it. It's sticking to my fingers. Oh, it's really slippery on this metal. And it kind of gets on your eyes too. Let's see, where do I want it cut? Right there. Let me get it, there we go. Okay, give this a second. I'm gonna hold this just for a second. You have the Stick Fast thick. Okay, Deborah, that is so good to know. I have the Stick Fast medium. You're decoupaging a suitcase while you're watching. Lori Henderson, look at you go, my friend. Oh my gosh. I couldn't love this anymore. I really couldn't. Let me get a little bit more glue right there. So I'm going to do the other one too, and I'll post pictures of it. I don't know when I'll get to it, maybe tomorrow. Sue said, yeah, she thinks hers was $14.95. So you put in the microwave for 11 seconds. Genius, Billy Joe, genius. The logos from yesterday, Elaine McLean, were so fantastic. Hold on, about the bling. It just looks like it has rhinestones. Does that bling have rhinestones? Yeah, it's absolutely, well, hold on. Because some of them look like rhinestones, but it's silver. I don't know. I can't see right now. I can't really tell, but I don't think it matters. It looks like rhinestones. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at what we have done today. So we have, and I'm going to seal it yet, but I want to just double check all of my markings. You guys, I could not be happier. Hold on. Do we have enough? Oh, I'm just shy a couple of deals, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm also going to do a row of the dots right there. I think it's just going to finish it off perfectly. I'm afraid if I do, let's just look if we did bling instead. It's too Chotsky. That's a little Chotsky. So I'm going to make one more row of this and go around there, and it's going to be beautiful. So let's put the sealer on it so you can see it shiny and all melded together. And we'll call it a day. But this was a fun one. I really am happy about this. And like I said, I think I'm going to do the blue, the black and white one tomorrow for my mom, because I think this blue one, honestly, is more me than it is my mom. But she would be thrilled with anything, I'm sure. Right, Mom? Okay, now since I don't really want to get, it's not the end of the world, but I don't want to get the triple thick on the gray or the gold. So I'm just going to take it slow and only do my little sections at a time. And I'm hoping you can already see the sheen on that. It makes all the difference in the world. And the engine enamel is super sheeny, super shiny also. So it'll work great. So what I'm using here, you guys, is I could have used all triple thick, but it's very thick. But I probably could have gotten away with it easily. Triple thick. And all of this is on my sorry, I probably didn't hold that up very long. Triple thick. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. You can buy it online. You can get it at Amazon. You can get it anywhere, you guys. And it is a triple thick, literally, hence the name, 3 times thick, very glossy sealer. But it's very, very thick. So I also add this is what the DuraClear looks like. I mix the two together, 3 parts triple thick. So remember, triple, 3 parts triple thick to 1 part DuraClear. And it's a perfect marriage. But in a case like this, the thicker honestly, the thicker the sealer, the better. It wouldn't have hurt a thing for me to just use triple thick on this. And I'm really hoping you can see the sheen, especially like on the napkins. It just changes everything. I haven't done the center yet. And I'm trying not to get it on the gold dots because I don't need it on there and I don't really want it on there. Sometimes triple thick or any type of sealer can make the gold a funky color, but I've tried it with the engine enamel and it's fine. Oh my goodness, look at the sheen and how it's all starting to pull together. Let me get this top part done. And well, you guys, it took us an hour and a half, but not bad for an entire hand-painted and decoupaged cane that somebody will have forever, or also that I paid $3.99 for, that I do believe I could turn around and sell this all day long for about $75 to $125. So there we go. How fun is that? And like I said, I cannot wait because it really needs to have this around the bottom. And I think that is just going to complete the whole fun and funky look. I hope you've loved it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I've got a couple things I've got to fix because I was looking down, but I'll sign it. And anyway, I can't wait to see yours. So make sure you join Check Savvy Sisters, our other free group on Facebook. And that's where you can post things that you're painting. And also, please, if you're not following me, please follow me here at Studio MDAZ. Liking me doesn't do anything. I mean, you can like me all day long, but there's that little like thumb button to like. It doesn't do anything for anybody. You need to follow, and you need to hit the button that says follow, and if you can, make me a favorite. So anyway, thank you so much for today. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I'll post pictures so that you can really check it out. And thank you a million times over for all those stars today. It's the most I think I've ever had, so I really appreciate it. All right, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, and I will be back in studio. I don't know when. I'll have to figure it out. It's on I have a schedule posted here, so I don't know when, but I'll be back. All right, I love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.